Maniacs, welcome back to the channel. Your local bedhead here. So I've been messaged and asked about what do I think of a certain thing that revolves around Annabelle. Annabelle is touring the United States. Yes, the Raggedy Ann doll. Raggedy Ann doll, known for, well, to most people, the doll from The Conjuring, but the real thing. What do I think about this doll touring the United States? First thing you should probably know about me is I do not believe this doll is really haunted. And if it is haunted, it's not as haunted as many people made it out to be. I have no reason to believe that. I have not seen evidence or proof that would acknowledge that. There has been that story that Ed Warren used to tell about how there was this kind of a jerk motorcycle rider who came into the Warren Museum and instigated something between him and Annabelle. And Ed apparently said, "Leave, I do not want you here." And the guy went home with his girlfriend and supposedly got into a motorcycle accident, taking his life. There is no documentation or proof of this, but that's what he says. That's not good enough for me. It's just simply not. There should be proof in actual documents of this person's death. There should be. So the fact that there isn't tells me that it's probably not true. Doll that inspired Annabelle movie coming to San Antonio Paranormal Festival this weekend. The perfectly haunted doll that inspired the 2014 horror movie Annabelle is coming to San Antonio this weekend for a paranormal gathering at Victoria's Black Swan Inn. The Black Swan Inn. I've heard of that place. The 4th annual Psychic and Spirit Fest, which kicks off at 3 p.m., of course, 3 p.m. Saturday will also include guest speakers, demonologists, speaker reading, mediums, and more. According to the event organizer, Victoria's Black Swan Inn, reported to be paranormal property itself, is located at 1006 Holbrook Road near Salado Creek in northeast San Antonio. Tickets run at $99. Wow. For general admission and a chance to see the original Annabelle doll. For only $45 for general admission minus the chance to come face-to-face with the terrifying toy. Online tickets are sold out, but 100 will be available at the door, according to organizers. The festival is hosted by Curious Twins Paranormal. Okay, so that's not Twin Paranormal, the one we know from YouTube, and Ghost Tours, which holds the variety of spooky happenings in the Alamo City. Annabelle is one of the best-known object collected by paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, whose adventures inspired numerous now classic fright flicks, starting with the Amityville Horror, and most recently the Conjuring, almost said Exorcist, the Conjuring franchise and spin-off The Nun. The 2014 movie Annabelle also spawned a series of its own, including Annabelle Creation and Annabelle Comes Home. The real-life Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann doll, as pictured, and the Curious Twins Facebook announcement for the event. 2 other haunted objects in the Warrens Occult Museum and the Travel San Antonio is in the exhibit. And it's also interesting, too, because I actually heard a psychic medium talking about this also. The Pythian Priestess, who is on Instagram, she talked about this and gave her response, too, which also inspired me to want to give my response, because I actually heavily agreed with her. She believes it for a different reason, and I actually do agree with that, in a sense. It's like, okay, let's take, for example, if this doll is really haunted, let's say this doll is really as dangerous as Ed and Lorraine Warren had claimed. Why the hell are we letting people look at this thing? Throw the whole priest thing to the side and how they have a blessing. Why are we letting this thing loose on everyday people? Why are we doing that? Why are we bringing it around? And it's dangerous. If it's dangerous, then we should treat it as it's dangerous, not let people see it for $99 admission. I do agree with her that it does obviously feel like a chance to make money, which I actually feel like is beginning to become more of the truth when it comes to any discussion with the Warrens. Just about making money. That's what it feels like. It's not about even whether it's evil or not anymore. It just feels like it's just a giant money game. This very dangerous thing that could potentially have demonic beings attached to it, you know, things that have not walked the earth in human form, we're just going to let sit on a shelf while millions of people, probably disrespectful people, probably as disrespectful as the motorcycle guy was, look at it and just wave at it, say whatever they want to say to it, whatever have you, and put it out there for a show. If you're confident enough to let just millions of people walk around it and do that, and you still believe in the story where this guy got killed because he challenged Annabelle, then that's silly. I'm assuming they probably had a priest blessing it too back then, right? I'm assuming. But supposedly that didn't stop the thing from killing somebody. And yeah, it's a good idea to bring it around the United States. Makes no logical sense to me why we would do that. The only thing I can think of is that money. I'm not trying to be a dick, but that's the reality of it. That's what I see when I see things like this. If you believe that this doll is evil, you probably shouldn't be walking it around town and trying to show it off. That's where I stand on it. Do I believe Annabelle is really haunted? I'm leaning more towards no, because it did come from the Warrens. And I am beginning to lose a lot of faith and trust in what the Warrens used to preach and what they used to say. So that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with that. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think it's a good idea to be walking these things around town and showing them off like this? I want to know. I want to know your thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one. Do take care.
Reactions are nothing new. However, there is one man on a mission who wants to prove the world a fakery. He used to follow all these paranormal shows. Now he's had enough. He is done. Dark thoughts is throwing down, coming after all his paranormal clowns. He is watching, not letting them get away. All these fakers, they're gonna have to pay. Chicago's is throwing down, coming after all these paranormal clowns. He's watching, not letting get away. All his fake stars, tearing the fakers apart. He with his heart, no one dare tell him catch me yet, because Jacobs has your back. Yeah, 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 Jacobs has your back. Cotton's is throwing down.